How's it going, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. Figure I got about an hour before I got to pick up the kiddos, so hop on for a minute and get some work done. What do you guys got going on today? Alright, I think it's time to put in some work. I think I'm going to hop back in on the challenge that I have set up. Got some more grass work that I'm working on. I've got a whole bunch of mini bales that I've stacked up into some hay bales and selling those on a contract. And see where we're going from there. What's going on, Game Eagle? How you doing? Nice that you can catch a stream while at work. For me, that doesn't work very well. I don't exactly have my phone or anything like that with me at work, so I got the day off. I'll see. I might be able to try to stream again tonight because I've got to try to stay up all night so I can transition my sleep schedule to night shift, because I start working around 10 o'clock at night starting tomorrow until in the morning, so just gotta bite the bullet and make that transition. Yeah, thanks. It's always interesting to see if I can make that transition very well. Half the time I make it till about 4 in the morning and then I'm just crashing, so we'll see. When you're trying to be quiet in the house, not to wake up the family, it's a little more difficult. When at work, you can actually be awake at least. Yo. I win. Sometimes the traffic is generous. So this being a cattle challenge, I think one of the first upgrades I should make is to actually buy a small cattle pen or something to start that off so I can actually start making some money. But man, I'm tempted to get a bigger tractor first, I'll tell you what. What's going on, Strange? Hopefully you're having a good day. You're not watching and driving right now, are you? Yeah, the idea is to have a large cattle ranch. We'll see how that goes. I had to start out with as you see, pretty small tractor. They want you to start out with the tiny in-game baler, so we've got that little tiny Massey Ferguson baler. Then I have recently purchased a silage clamp, and a forage wagon so I can make some silage out of this, and I'll have to figure out some way to get it out of there. I'm thinking of a conveyor or something, because I think I'm going to make some more money so I can actually build up the area. And we had to start in a meadow, not in a farmland, so but I started out up here in this area, and that way I can then buy the next farmland. It is all grass right now, and then these contracts over here have been keeping me busy doing grass work, so I have some leftover stuff from contracts before, which is kind of nice. Leave. Do I have anything left over here? Maybe not. Well, I guess I had picked up everything. Did I complete the contract already? Nope, that's not the contract screen. That one is. Oh. Alright, well, I guess I've completed all the contracts. My grass isn't quite ready to go. So we might pick up another contract over here. Yeah, when FS22 came out, it was a lot of people playing, and then it died off quite a bit. But it's good to see people coming back to the game. Our modders have been hard at work. I'm sure you can, on the Discord, you see some nice sneak peeks of the stuff that everybody's been working on. There we go. I guess I can. Doesn't look like it needs to be, but while it's still cheap, let's go and get the repair done to it. I love this trailer. I'm hoping that somebody can release functionality similar to this on a pickup that gives me the ability to fuel and repair stuff. I just think it's be a nice addition for a service truck. The only, I'd say, downfall is because of that, it's a PC only mod. But, I am playing on the Griffin, Indiana map right now. The area that I currently own is just this little plot up here, and we'll have to get some more farmland at some point, but it was a map that has some decent contracts for, yeah, there are definitely some nice mods coming out, but it definitely had some really nice contracts to keep my cash flow in while I'm trying to build up my farm size. And then I think I might, how much is this farmland up here? Should I waste all that money? Yeah, I'll take a look. Should see how much an animal pen would cost. But yeah, it has a lot of contracts for me, and then I also had a lot of meadows, which for the challenge I needed to be able to start it out in a grassland meadow, so that was kind of a thing for me. I really like this. It's one of the Giants mods that came out. I think ultimately that might be one of the ones I go with, and it's one of the first ones that came out with a manure pit already built in. Let's see. 60. I'll have to buy the land, and then this would go quite nicely right over here. This would go, yeah. I think this would go quite perfectly right here. And it gives me some area over on the side still. You haven't tried Griffin, Indiana? Wow. For me, Griffin was one of my favorites from 19, and I think he did a great job with some of the upgrades he made to it in 22. He expanded a lot of this area up here and made it just a lot more playable. So incorporated the productions pretty darn well, and then some of the houses, because this town in here is really nice. But then he also leveled out some of these plots in here, so you can buy those as just a nice little flat area to put a production or anything like that. You've got some giant concrete areas that you can buy, and they're reasonably priced actually. So you can buy these little grasslands along the way, places that you can build in town for you, which is pretty slick. I like it. All right, I do have this on 4-day months with seasons, and it's 15 times speed, and I have it set to auto speed at night, so it goes up to 800 times, so I'm not doing as much farming at night. So let's see what we can get here. I'm not a fan of those right now. And I don't think my little tractor would handle 100 horsepower. I don't think that would handle a plow very well. And I think I should buy another plot of land before. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for some of the maps that are coming out. There's the Edgewater, Saskatchewan map from BC Bueller and South Sask modding that I'm pretty excited for. That one will be I think PC only. It might not, but it's a standard size map. The fields are very irregular, and it just has a real feel to it, which is really nice. And then the upper Mississippi River Valley that came out in, I think, 17, 19, and it's coming back for 22. That one, some of the additions and changes they've made to it, I'm pretty excited for. Alright, so that's what I think I'm going to do, is in order to expand, I don't know how much is this plot of land, because I think in order to expand I should buy a plot of land, start plowing that, so then I can still be able to just mow the meadow as it becomes ready, because the only plow that I'll be able to use is going to be a little tiny thing. How's it going, Drifter? Hopefully you're having a good day. I'm trying to work on a challenge we've got here on Griffin, Indiana right now. What are you up to today? And I'm fighting my kitten as well, because he keeps trying to jump on the table. Alright, so I think corn. This is a little more expensive, gives me technically a little more area down here, but a lot of it's wooded, where I think I'll get more grass up with this area. Yeah, alright. We're going to do this one. I'm going to plow all this in. Well, actually, I'll plow this in because this will have grass that I can mow. So actually, I'll buy this, mow it, plow this, because then I can put this all in the silage clamp. Alright, it's a date. We're doing it. I also need to find a map or a mod that kind of prevents field flipping. I think there was one that came out that doesn't like directly prevent you, but kind of gives you a penalty for field flipping. I think that would be a little more realistic, personally. So. And I'm probably barely going to make a dent on this, but let's see where she goes. What do you got going on today? You working or school or what? I know I ask this on most streams, but what are your guys' go-to mods? What mod do you have to have whenever you load up FS22? This isn't a whole lot of grass, but ooh, Pro Shot. Yeah, I know that one came out. I never really messed with it for making screenshots. I'll remove the HUD and change my field of view usually. But I haven't messed with it a lot. I'm a big fan of Simple Inspector, which you can see right above my mini map on the left there. What's going on? How's it going? I like the Simple Inspector. I can tell if I have any other equipment running. I can tell if I have a hired worker on it, all that kind of stuff. So for me, it's hugely valuable for that. So. One second. There we go. I had to adjust my chat window so I could see you guys a little bit better. Kilborn, how you doing today? Use the John Deere 440 front load tractor on both of the FS19 and 22. Yeah, there's definitely some pretty good mods out there for some of the John Deeres. I personally tend to stay away from John Deere only because that's what everybody goes with. They make some phenomenal equipment. If on a realism server that I set up for myself, I started using just equipment that you don't normally see get used is what I'm going for. Sorry, I had to throw the cat off the desk. So I use equipment that you don't normally try to see getting used. So 19, one of my favorite tractors, tractor brands, and so now that they're back in 22, I'm using some Valtra on that. I really think you get a really good bang for your buck with the Valtra equipment. So it's got some pretty good horsepower. The price is not ridiculous on most models. So I've used the McCormick a lot. I like those. Yeah, some of the more old school models are very nice, and they've got more of those in base game now, which is nice. I'm sure you saw the John Deere, I don't remember which model it is, that came out on Mod Hub today. It's rear wheel drive. You can have some, it's got that narrow front wheels, and then you can put some nice duals on the back. It's pretty intense looking. The problem I have with some of the older model stuff is it's really hard to get the equipment that you can use on it, so that's playable. So I mean, if you're playing the Millennial Farmer map, you're definitely not playing with too much old school equipment on that one, because it's got some massive fields and a 1.5 meter plow on a 70 horsepower tractor is just not going to cut it. I mean, maybe you'll spend all day doing that one. I personally won't. Hopefully soon it will fast forward through night for me. I am interested to see what the first DLC is going to be out of Season 2. I know it says, I think, more baling, and it looked like it had an icon on the bale for corn. So maybe we're going to get some corn straw and something else related to that. I know they just came out with that patch for the Platinum expansion today, which should help some of the game mechanics for that. You guys enjoying the Platinum expansion at all? I'm not personally much of a logger, so whenever I join the logging server that we have on FSG, typically I like to, because we're clear cutting the map, so I'll plant it all with grass for everybody once they're done doing all the logging. Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet. So even if you're not big into logging, it does have some pretty cool features. So I like some of the things that you're able to do as far as some of the new equipment. The Volvos are really nice. That includes the trucks. I think the trucks are just massive compared to some of the other games other trucks in game. English can be hard sometimes, apparently. Oh man, I can't wait for it to start fast forwarding to daylight, because when it comes to daylight, it'll probably look like a child came through here and tried to cut this field. Yep. Yarders, yeah, it's pretty awesome. I just haven't messed around with them a whole lot. I do like a lot of the changes they're making with the game, though. I think that some of that stuff is what the community has been asking for, and it's nice to see that they're listening to the community to be able to add that stuff. So whether it's my gameplay or not, it's pretty nice to see that they definitely have their ears open. So there we go. Not the most efficient way, but it's getting done. And I do like with 22 that they've incorporated some of the features that, some auto drive-esque features right into the in-game helpers, so you can have stuff waiting in field, filling it up from your tippers or from your auger wagons, and then have it go deliver for you. It's not always the greatest, especially on some of the modded maps, but it does pretty good on the base game maps. I think they put a lot of effort into that, which is really nice. As always, I'm excited to see it do more and just improve over the course of the game. For me, precision farming, I really like that mod. I like that, like the soil sample aspects of it. I like that I can just buy that now, which is nice. But I also like that it makes, for me, it makes it playable with lime turned on. So yeah, it is refreshing having the devs actually, that they're listening and they're pulling from the community. So last stream we were talking about how Sid modding got picked up by the team, which I think is incredible because the quality of mods that he has put out has been phenomenal. So definitely interested to see what kind of DLCs or individual mods, or maybe he's working on a new game, you never know. That'll be quite interesting to see. Alright, now let's make it daylight soon, please. Should be coming soon. There we go, nice little sunset. Much better. Now that I'm done with everything but this little triangle. Well, it'll buff. I guess one of the things that I should also, being that, so I think what's going to happen is hopefully in the month of June, this section will be grown back again and I can mow this. I think that's what I'm going to bank on. And then I can rent or lease some kind of plow, which unfortunately, based off of the size of equipment I have, is going to be rather small. I don't think I have the plow as cultivator mod installed because I don't typically use that. I'm okay with some of those, but I think it should be a little realistic. I say that, but then if I have it installed, I might use that lizard. Let me see. When it comes to a plow, the eco-till requires 3 times what I've got. I mean, I could use this on, because right now I've got a 100 horsepower available to me. So 0.5, 1.2, I would be at a 1.2 meter plow, or throw that on backwards and do that one. Because I don't believe the subsoilers will let me create fields, which is what I want to do. Because I might be able to use this and they'll just struggle bus a little bit, or that one. I just don't think, I don't believe that I can create fields with that subsoiler. And we can give it a try. But I think it's going to be at least till June till we are done with this one, the way that the time goes through. So if that's the case, then I'll be able to take a look and see if I'll be able to take a look and see if the other section of field is grown enough for me to go ahead and mow it, so I can make use of that grass before I plow it all in. I will also, I'll probably end up having to pick up a contractor too as well, because I also need to be able to pick up a weight and realistically probably a blade to throw in the back of this, and then level out the silage clamp. But I'm hoping that I can get a return on my investment on this field pretty quickly by making silage out of it, because part of that's just a matter of when to sell it. Well, actually, let me see, because I can make some money right away actually if silage is up in price. Silage 222. Looks like it's really not that much of a difference in silage anyway, so I can just sell it pretty much at any time. Yeah, so that's probably what I'll have to do, is I can just probably need to make a better turn there for the next time. But yeah, I can just sell the silage I have sitting on the other side. That will help me be able to purchase. I don't know how much I'll get from that. I think they're 220 centimeter bales on the square, so the largest that you can bale with the tow behind wrapper. Seems to be working fairly well. I'm just trying to imagine, watch this, when you turn this cab. Watch this. This would be nerve-wracking to me in an open cab like this. Come through. As you swing around and you've got this thing just coming at you. There you go. I know you're not watching, Taz, but look, I'm not using GPS and I'm making straight lines. I know that's what you do all the time, but I didn't feel that it would be appropriate to add GPS to this particular vehicle. I didn't feel that was in the spirit of realism. I'm trying to go somewhat realistic with this. Sometimes it's fun just to do kind of a realistic theme, if you will, or a gameplay on. Yeah, Mike? I love it though. GPS just makes it nice and clean. GPS is one of the mods I pretty much load on every single game. I do like that when Wobster changed it this year also, whenever you borrow a vehicle for a contract, that it throws that on there. Which is pretty darn nice. This shouldn't be too bad to clean up. Yeah, for me, I have to have GPS on pretty much every save game. I put on the simple inspector. Like I said, you see that right above my mini map, and it gives me just information. So if I were to tab over to this one and have it running, now you can see in the bottom left that it's still running. And if you're playing with other people, man, it is like the biggest help in the world. So if there's several of us that are working a large field, and I'm running grain cart, and I've got 2 people in harvesters, I can see what percent full each one of those harvesters is at, and that way I know who I need to go unload right away. So that is very helpful, because not everybody's on voice chat, so it helps out tremendously in that regard. So like I said, if I have a worker going on something, it'll let me know what it's doing. I can see that it's still driving, or all that kind of stuff. So I also like to run the Advanced Farm Manager. It just gives me a nice quick overview of everything that I've got on my farm. So just with a click of a button, I can see what vehicles I have. It'll tell me if they're running. I can, if I want to, I can come over here and I can park that one. So now I can't tab over to it. You can't see that I'm pressing tab, but I was. I can't. So that's really nice. If what I like to do is on a server where there's multiple farms, and I will give, or if the default account or something has equipment at the shop for everybody to use, so everybody has contractor access of that like kind of co-op farm, then I can disable or park the telehandler that's sitting at the shop so that I don't tab into it all the time. So Devar was saying last time, Easy Dev is one that he has to load up on every save game, and I definitely agree. We were also talking last time how it is really nice how some of the improvements that were made, that it will now allow you to change what permissions each level of user has, which that's pretty slick. So you don't have to have, if I want to allow people to flip the vehicle, just anybody to be able to do that, or just a farm manager. I don't have to have the admin signed in to be able to flip vehicles. So it's really nice that you can adjust all of that. Right now I'm doing a lot of this manually, but I will, once I get everything expanded, I'll likely be having auto drive and in Courseplay do a lot of this stuff. I've tested it and used it just like as on a test map, but Courseplay now has the silage leveling option, which works pretty darn nice. And auto drive will allow me to auto dump into a silage bunker. It'll do pull through or the back end, but I think it does a better job, or Courseplay does a better job on the back end type silage clamps, because when you're telling it to level it, it's just pushing it up, and it'll push it up to the edge of a drive-through one, which then just makes it difficult to drive through and continue to load it. So there we go. Yeah, this tractor came out on the Alpine map, and I think that map was, I thought, a lot of fun to play on. A lot of people didn't really use it or didn't like it. It encouraged some of the smaller equipment, and it was a big grasswork map, but you had to have some decent power to do some of that grasswork because the hills on that thing, I mean, it's the Alpine, was pretty intense. And the Alpine map also introduced my #1 favorite tractor of all, which is that little tiny electric, of course. There's only really been one other electric tractor that I've seen released on Mod Hub, and that was, where is it at? Did I put it on here? I think I did. Over to the mods. Yeah, you can get the gas or electric version of this, which gives you 132 horsepower on the electric version, which I think is pretty slick. That might be one of the next tractors I upgrade to on here. What else was on there? Actually has me wondering. this was just a no-brainer going with this Buer, because 39,000, pretty darn inexpensive for a 100 horsepower tractor. So, but there's some, yeah, I had some other decent small mods on here. I can go with the Fiat. That was real popular in 19, so that might be my next go-to, because again, really inexpensive for 150, or one of these here. Yeah, actually the more I look at it, these might be the way to go. I did, you'll see the Sparked tractor pack. I did some modifications to a lot of tractors. You'll see I made, sorry, I had to clear my throat. Let's see, where are they? Yeah, here we go. I went ahead and made a lot of base game equipment electric, simply because I can, and Sage was nice enough when we did those to then also add a lot of really cool colors. So you can have the Deutschfahr, but maybe you want it in a metallic, because that just makes everything better. So might go electric with some of this, just because, well, I'm Sparky. Yeah, I think I'll have to buy a silage blade for the back of this so I can push it, and then have to get a weight to compact it. And this is the first time in a couple years that I've done a silage bunker, so it's control, not shift I. Oh, come on. There we go. Whew. I'm about to have to go get the pickup truck, try to ram that thing out of there somehow. Already halfway through the day. Yeah, I would guess rain's probably not terrible for making silage. I don't know. Again, that's one of my favorite improvements that FS22 made, was the sounds. The sound of the rain is, I think, amazing. The thunderstorm, the thunderstorm that you hear in the background and all, just really, really well done. Just listen to that. There we go. Come on. Yeah, I had to make sure I got a forage wagon that was suited for the horsepower we've got here, and I think it was pretty close to the limit. These manual transmissions don't really like going up hills with a load. The AI does not know how to shift it very well. I imagine if I was playing with a gear shifter and I was doing all the shifting, that I would be able to shift it a lot more effectively, I could say. Just because it's not always just looking for that target RPM, you could rev the engine a little bit more and do that. But I don't have any of that, so, and I could change it to where I can use keybinds for it, but I ain't got time for that. I think our headland is done. Gotta really try not to get myself stuck here. It's quite convenient this backs up rather slowly, because then it's really easy to control. I am very much considering just having Courseplay handle that silage bunker for leveling. I mean, I pay the worker, so it's not like it's that unrealistic. Look at that animation in the back of that. It's so nice. There we go. I'm making pretty quick work of this, so that's not too bad. I think it's a little quicker than doing the baling, because right now all I've got is that little mini baler. I wish we could bale the mini bales, stack them in the or group them into the large bales. Man, I wish we could stack them into the large bales and then wrap that. But with mini bales, there's no way to make silage out of any of that. It would be convenient if I could, that's for sure. Even if it was an inline baler. If I had to use an inline baler and toss those in there, I mean, I could work with that. But ooh, it's not liking this. One more load done. Makes me wonder which... Gotta get a leveler. I can use the John Deere. Little tiny XUV. Well, that's just silly. They're the same price. Why would you not? Alright, maybe the 4 meter might be the way to go, though it might be a little much. You know what? Fine, we'll go with this one. I mean, I'll have to wait till this tractor is available because that's all I got. I think getting another tractor would be nice with at least just a little bit more horsepower. I might just lease something with enough, once I have enough money, lease something with enough horsepower to just plow both the fields that I'm working. Because then I can throw actual seed down. But if I'm going to plow it, I also got to look at, do I have enough money to plow it, seed it with grass, lime it, pick the stones that I'm going to drag up. So there's a lot to it. I would like to think the answer is a definite yes, but hard to tell. That was weird. Apparently I was doing a wheelie or something. I guess we're coming over here. Didn't want to turn very well. Come on. You can do it. You got this. You got it. There we go. Well, maybe I'll get all these. Oh, come on. Whew. I might get all these passes done. We'll see. Ooh. We are on the struggle bus, guys. Come on, you got this. You got it. Come on. Oh, there we go. Ooh, that one hurt my soul. Looks like it'll be one more pickup. Should I wait for... I think I'm going to be able to get, in the month of June, this grass I'm currently on, I think I'll be able to get another cut out of it. Yeah, I should not cover this clamp until then. There. It's coming along nicely. Smooth sailing so far. Got the last pass here. And eventually I got to pay back this $500,000 loan or $400,000 loan that I've got. So it's possible. I can take a look and actually get an answer here in a second. The advantages of this thing being so slow is it gives me an opportunity to pull open the menu and look at some things. So I'm spending $27.60 a day. So I'll still be in the green for a day or two. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this off, and then I think I'm going to call it for right now because I've got to get ready and go pick up the kiddos from school. So thank you guys for hanging out. I will see if I am able to stream tonight because I'll be up for probably most of the night anyway. And maybe we'll hop on some of the FSG servers or see what we can tool around with. This is AZSparky with the FSG team. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm out.
Thank you.